Hi, Wendy here from wendybottrell.com, and as we share ideas for your best fitness life, today we want to write about how to hit the bullseye easily for your fitness goals. Now you may wonder what a bullseye has to do with fitness. Well, let me explain. My favorite sports to play are ice hockey, basketball, and tennis. I've played them all for years. In fact, I've played all three sports since I was a kid. When I think of these sports, I do think of a bullseye, because these sports are putting an object into a net or placing a ball precisely in a certain area of the court. Bullseye. And playing these sports, one must hit the bullseye regularly to play well. This idea of thinking of fitness as a bullseye came to me a while ago when I went over to shoot some hoops at the neighborhood courts. Now the goal of basketball is to get the ball into the basket. From the throw line, it's 15 feet to the basket. I hadn't played basketball in many years, and it was soon obvious that my skills were not the same as they were when I played competitively. Frustration clearly was setting in. I was missing every shot from the free throw line. It was not fun. So check out what I did to change this quickly and easily. How did I hit the bullseye? I moved way closer to the net, right under the net in fact. I practiced the skill of shooting from this position, and the ball began to go into the net easily. I began to feel what I was doing correctly each time the ball went into the net. I was beginning to feel natural again. I was having fun again, and I had success. I was averaging 8 shots out of 10 at that very close position. I then took a step back and began again. The same idea of practicing the skill of shooting, only from a step further back from the net. It was the same result. More balls began going into the net. So what does this have to do with health and fitness and your goals? Everything. How many times do we set goals to exercise, reduce our weight, eat better, get more sleep, drink more water, and quit before we have our desired success because it's too difficult and it's not fun? Maybe if we began to see the bullseye from a much closer distance and practice the skill before we move on, we would feel better about the success we have, and we would have more success, or we like to call it wins. And maybe the success and wins would make us an expert at that closer distance, so we could move back a few inches and be willing to begin again to create more successes and wins with our practice, maybe even allow ourselves to have bigger successes and more permanent wins. What can you do today to move closer to the bullseye? I'm going to use the example of getting outdoors for a walk. So rather than setting your goal for getting out, to get out and do a 10-mile walk, if you haven't been active in a long time, move closer to the bullseye by beginning to show up ready to walk. Put your sneakers on, get outside. I've heard it said many times that 80% of success is simply showing up. Show up as if you're ready to walk. You will have success by increasing your walking distance if you simply show up and take the first step. Once you become an expert on putting your sneakers on and getting outside, and then those first steps are your win, now you can go your first quarter mile and so on. It's the practice of showing up every day and hitting that bullseye of walking that is the success in it. You will now be in the habit and practice of walking, pick it up, and you're on your way to becoming an expert in the area of walking for your fitness goals. As you continue to get outdoors and practice walking daily, you might even begin to notice how much stronger you're becoming and begin to enjoy walking. You may notice how you feel as you're putting on your shoes, maybe a bit excited to get outdoors and move well. Notice how you feel after a few steps. Notice how you feel if you don't show up for your walk. Notice how you feel if you don't show up for your walking or your fitness practice. This is when you become aware that you have hit your bullseye with your walking and fitness practice. Then your goal might be go further, maybe take on a more difficult and challenging route, or maybe hit the hiking trails. Have you ever tried to move closer to the bullseye for your fitness success? What's one thing you can do today where simply by moving closer to the fitness bullseye, you will create that fitness success for you? Share any ideas you may have in the comments below. Certainly get in touch with us and let us know how we can help you. I'm Wendy. We're Wendy. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.